Why are you here? What is your legacy? All of us have experienced that one gloomy morning where we woke up on the wrong side of the bed, asking ourselves the million-dollar question, what is our purpose in life? And since our sleepy brain can't fathom such a sophisticated question without a shot of coffee, we smack the snooze button so that we can go back to La La Land and keep our dream alive. Today's rant is all about the purpose of life, or in other words, the antidote to the emptiness of existence. Where do we begin? Is it making $1 million? Is it power and sex? Or maybe reproduction? After all, the dream of every cell is to become 2 cells. This list can go on, but ultimately each and every one of us has our own unique purpose, our own unique reason for being. Yep, sounds pretty corny, right? Stick with us and we'll show you why. Some of us are in the phase of life where our current purpose is to actually find a purpose in life, while for the rest of us, our purpose in life is to prove how flipping meaningless it is. I mean, what's the point of getting a six-pack if we're gonna get eaten by worms at the end of the day? Ugh. Regardless of what side of the spectrum we're on, all of us have to face the paradox of purpose sooner or later. But here's the thing about purpose, it's always changing. When we're teenagers, our sole purpose in life is taking our crush to prom night. Once we graduate, it changes to making a ton of money and starting a family, since the world obviously needs more mini versions of our phenomenal genes. Finally, as we approach death, we begin to rekindle our spirituality and start frequenting mosques, churches, and synagogues, since now it's time to prepare for our final exam. Ah, the complications of being human. If only we could stick to a single purpose, tick it off, and live happily ever after. But more often than not, we find ourselves caught up in the phases of life, up, down, and up again. And this brings us to the wise old Buddha, who taught us that the very nature of life is unsatisfactory. Let's say our purpose in life is to become rich. Well, guess what? Just like the poor who suffer because of their poverty, the rich suffer because of their riches. After all, the richest man in the world is getting blackmailed by media companies and getting hacked by foreign governments. Most of us are tired of waking up every morning, hitting the snooze button over and over again until we finally drag ourselves out of bed, brewing up a strong cup of coffee to jumpstart the crappy day ahead of us. Our to-do list is simple: get up, survive, go back to bed. So how do we escape this cycle and find a unique purpose that will justify the suffering that's inherent in life? Well, the simplest solution is by trying different things and then zigzagging. Professors from Harvard carried out a research called the Dark Horse Project that studied a diverse group of people who have a strong sense of purpose and fulfillment. The participants ranged all the way from an Apple executive to a dog trainer to a hot air balloon pilot. And guess what? 90% of the respondents in the project thought of themselves as an outlier because they started out in one area, such as becoming a lawyer, discovered they hated law, and zigzagged until they ended up finding their calling. This zigzagging meant that they could cobble together different experiences and get a better understanding of their likes and dislikes, ultimately harnessing their authentic, true self. Now, it isn't always sunshine and rainbows when some of us have a strong sense of purpose. Let's think about the monsters of the world, and no, not the vampires who can be a real pain in the neck, but the monsters. In reality, these monsters were brilliant people with brilliant minds. It takes a brilliant mind to colonize kingdoms, earn billions of dollars, and hack into Fortnite accounts. After all, nothing's more creative or destructive than a brilliant mind with a purpose. Ultimately, all of us have the ability to commit to a purpose and to bring it to life. Yes, even the most neurotic ones amongst us. Remember the time we finished 73 episodes of Game of Thrones devouring 2 liters of ice cream? That is 2 days, 22 hours, and 15 minutes of dedication, commitment, and absolute single-minded purpose. And a bonus 4,140 calories. So it's not the commitment that we lack, but the ability to channel our neurosis as a fuel for purpose and creativity. Turn your demons into art, your shadow into a friend, your fear into fuel, your failures into teachers, your weaknesses into reasons to keep fighting. Don't waste your pain. Recycle your heart. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have you found your true calling in life, or are you still searching? The idea of Triple Rant came to me in a dream. Check out our Dreams Rant if you haven't already, and let us know your purpose in the comments below. And as always, smash the like button and subscribe so that you never miss out on the People's Rant.